Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the We're Going Fast podcast powered by TSH Tennis. I'm Yusuf.
Hi, I'm Smail.
Hey guys, I'm Haroon.
Week one of the Aussie Open is in the books. Jannik Sinner survives. Carlos Alcaraz dominating Novak Djokovic, dare I say, looking like the best player in the tournament. All that and so much more. But first off, we have to talk about the biggest storyline of this round. And it was the Sinner and Heat rule controversy, guys. Smail, your thoughts on what went down in that Sinner?
Heatgate.
Elliot Spitziri. Heatgate, if you like to say so. 3-1 down, body locked up in the third set. Spitziri basically had the break, playing amazing. Heat rule comes into effect. Roof closing, AC in, 10-minute break. He comes back, eventually wins the match. Your thought on the entire thing?
Yeah, well, this was so new to me because I don't even remember this heat rule at all. And turns out it is completely brand new. And apparently plays stopped at the Australian Open when this heat clicker or the heat stress scale hits a maximum of 5.
Yeah.
So apparently it hit 5. The scale measures 4 factors: radiant heat or the strength of the sun, air temperature in the shade, relative humidity, and wind speed.
Okay.
And so apparently it got past the threshold that they have for it.
Okay.
That being said, Elliot Spitzir was giving Jannik Sinner work.
Yeah.
He was absolutely dominating. Like, he had him on the ropes. And you know what I love about Grand Slam tennis is you have the chance to see these amazing upsets. And, you know, this was on track to be an amazing upset, to be honest.
Yes,
and
sir.
Elliot was really about to give us a historic all-time upset because Jannik wasn't moving. And, you know, being 3-1 up in that third set, you felt like he had all the momentum. And everything was in Elliot's favor. So the timing for me is a bit weird because of the fact that it happened at 3-1. Like, usually they don't allow players to do anything before the changeover. So why stop it before the changeover? Even if it did hit this 5 scale. I don't know what temperature exactly. And, you know, historically we've seen that, you know, this is part of sport. Like, you want players to compete, see who's used to the heat. Like, athletes train so that they get more used to the heat. Elliot was ready for the moment. Jannik was not. It's unfair to stop the play for Jannik in that case.
Yeah.
But this is the rule, so I really don't like the rule. It's not to say Jannik did nothing wrong here.
Yeah.
But the fact that it was stopped, it really compromises the idea of sport for me because Elliot deserved to have the momentum, deserved to win, deserved at least to consolidate the break even if Jannik's not moving.
Yeah.
It's his turn. It's his chance. You know, and then there's a 10-minute break after the set as well, so that also gives Jannik extra time to go off court and do everything he needs to do. I don't like the rule. I don't like the rule at all. Jannik is a champion. He handled it perfectly. I love this fight. His level, given the fact that he couldn't move in the end of the third and then the fourth, that was amazing. That was truly, truly amazing from him. However, I call it's unfair for Elliot. It's unfair. His level was better. Yeah. He deserved to take advantage of that moment.
Yeah. Yeah. Haroon, what were your thoughts?
Yeah, sure, fine.
So
Fair
much
point,
to say,
Smail.
Give me your thoughts first.
Yes, what did you guys say?
No, I have so much to say, but give me your thoughts first.
Yeah, well, sure, fine, Smail. Like, yeah, I think it's unfair to Elliot because, yeah, once it hit the 5 scale, they were supposed to maybe like wait a bit to see the changeover or something, wait for him to consolidate the break, like not chopping off his momentum. But that's assuming that they're just sitting and waiting for it to hit the temperature. Oh, okay, that's the only indication that it's okay now. This is beyond the point of tolerance. It wasn't tolerable before that. The ball boys, the ball kids weren't able to put their hands on the ground from how hot it was. Like, the conditions should have been stopped earlier, arguably. So, like, if you want to argue that, yeah, it was unfair, but it should have been stopped earlier where yeah, it wasn't going to be 3-1 even. Like, and what you weren't going to see the point where Sinner was cramping. The argument here is that you shouldn't stop playing.
That's a fair point, Arun, where they could have, delayed the match or postponed it a little bit, or put the roof up from the beginning if you know it's going to hit that, right? Like there are multiple also, potential.
There's poor management from the Australian Open side. Like poor management, they didn't predict it correctly. If it was gonna, why would you wait for them to be dying up until you take a decision to stop the play or close the roof? Like, why didn't you do that before? Because what if Elliott would have had that momentum either way, whether there was a heat or no heat? Like, you stopped him, you robbed him of a potential upset of the year. So I think that the waiting for the heat to become a factor and the heat rule all until it's burning, like, I didn't like that decision. However, Sinner's not the fault here. Sinner
has nothing to do with this. We're not even talking about Sinner. He just navigated like
because people are talking about the establishment, the tennis establishment, and all that discussions that are happening up around in the internet and stuff. Like, maybe he's part of the thing and they're catering it to him. Yeah, of course you want. Part of you probably selfishly wants the best player in the world to go deep in the tournament. Sure, but it's a bit unfair. I thought that it was a coincidence that it came at this specific time. Maybe the heat started to affect him, but it's a bit weird. Obviously, it's unfair to Elliott, but what are you gonna do? Like, the heat is burning, so like you have to take a decision at some point.
Yeah. Okay. So 2 things. First off, Elliott Spitzeri, the biggest compliment I can give him is he made Sinner bring out the best tennis he has. And that's the biggest compliment you can give Elliott Spitzeri. He was playing that good of tennis. I'm watching him and by the way, he was playing with so much confidence. He wasn't going away. This isn't like someone who was going away. He was playing like he belonged there.
He did.
That looked like an upset was coming. And when we see them, you can feel it in your bones. An upset looked like it was coming. And he was down and out. And okay, that's for Elliott.
I told you, even against Fonseca, he looked like Novak 2015.
He looked amazing. And he deserves so much credit because he did look amazing. And he was mentally there. And he was composed. And he was able to withstand the heat. That's for Elliott. Speaking of Jannik, the way he was able to get through this match is gladiator, warrior, whatever you want to call it. That's the mentality that he has. Today, he showed us that he can dig as deep as he has to dig to get through a match.
It was amazing.
By him. So Jannik Sinner, any Jannik Sinner fan out there, absolutely brilliant display by Jannik Sinner. Elliott Spitzeri fan, also sensational. But let's get back to what happened. And what happened is the organizers, the establishment, whatever you want to call them, they bailed Jannik Sinner out. That's exactly what happened today, because we saw what happened in Shanghai against Tallinn Greeksport. When he could not compete for 2 more games, he shook hands. They did not give that opportunity to Spitzeri. And okay, you want to wait, we have the heat rule, the ticker and everything. But if you waited maybe 2 more minutes, 5 more minutes, then maybe Spitzeri's into the next round because Sinner couldn't walk anymore. And Darren Cahill was telling him, just push through the set and we'll find a way. That's what they were doing as a team. So as a team, they were trying to prepare. But the powers that be decided to take it into their own hands. And this is not the first time we've seen the powers that be do this for Jannik Sinner. We saw it in Wimbledon, by the way, last year. You want to go back? Grigor Dimitrov, 2 sets to love up. What happened there? He was playing some of the best tennis he's ever played. He's going on to beat the world number 1. And we know Sinner went on to win that tournament. But what happened in that match? They stopped play. They iced him and they closed the roof. And after that, Grigor Dimitrov suffered one of the worst injuries that he suffered in his entire career. He tore his pec. So Jannik Sinner did absolutely nothing. But if you come out and you say that the organizers did not help him, then you're lying only to yourself, because that's exactly what they did. They did that because they want the world number 2 to be in the semifinal at least. They want that Novak Djokovic Jannik Sinner match. They want Carlos Alcaraz Jannik Sinner. Who doesn't? If I'm an organizer, I want that. And him losing to Elliott Spitzeri, who just finished college and he's coming onto the tour, for this guy to take the next step and move into round 4, no, they don't want that to happen. So you can hate on me all you want if you want to hate. Jannik Sinner has no fault in what happened, but you would be lying to yourself if you say that the organizers did not do whatever they could to make it happen. What a coincidence. What a coincidence, my 3-1 when his entire body locked up. Because we can go back and see, we saw what happened in Shanghai. He shook hands because you can't continue.
Yeah, that's a fair point. I have some questions then about this whole ticker.
Exactly.
When did it hit 5? Did it just hit 5
But then,
and then you called, shook hands, or had it been at 5? They're open question marks, and then because if they had done it at 4-1 in the changeover, maybe we don't have all these questions even.
Yes, of course, but that's not what happened, right?
That's
not what happened.
It's a shame.
They decided to push it, and by pushing it, they put one of their biggest prized possessions at risk. Oh my God, Jannik Sinner's gone. Jannik Sinner sells tickets. Jannik Sinner brings in eyeballs. Jannik Sinner is the reason we sit and talk also. Jannik Sinner is a big part of that. If you don't have Jannik Sinner, you're in trouble. And they did something. They did something there. And they did whatever they could do. They are not the reason Jannik Sinner won. They are not the reason, but they did play a part. They did play a part, Harun, to maybe tilt the scales a bit into one direction.
But you're also talking about it like it's just cramping. Okay, the cramping, but the heat is another thing. Okay, the heat causes the cramping, but the cramping, the heat is something that it's dangerous. You could faint.
I agree. But you bring me to a great point, because a few years ago, if you recall, Rafael Nadal was playing against Denis Shapovalov in the Australian Open in the same exact heat when he went on to have one of the best Grand Slam title runs ever. He lost 8 kilograms during that match because he fought through fought through that insane heat. By the way, go back and watch it. I don't remember 2022 or 2021.
I don't believe that. 8 kilograms in one match.
Daniil Medvedev
That's crazy.
against Andrei Rublev. If you guys remember that match, both of them were dying.
I remember that match.
Both of them were dying. And by the way, this rule can come to effect. I'm with it. If both guys are dying, then you stop the match. There's no advantage. Andrei Rublev, between every single point, was leaning on the back of the wall. Every single point. Daniil Medvedev could not stand, but the match continued.
It was war.
So many, you have so many examples of they fought through, they let the heat go on. And they let the matches go on during this heat. Rafa,
but that's
8 kilograms were lost.
But that's why they made the decision now. That's why they made the
rule. That's why they made the rule. So
I'm with you.
So you don't like the rule, and I don't.
Of course, I don't like the rule.
I don't like the rule either, because it's obviously affecting the physicality.
No, I disagree.
Sport.
I like the rule. I like that. It's like rain. It's like rain, like anything. If it's too hot, why would you want to play in burning hot, blazing conditions? That's not fun for you as a player. And why are we gonna
some people? It's part of an athlete's training.
It's not something new. The Australian Open is hot. It's not something new.
But you train for the heat. Athletes train in the heat. That's why they practice in the sun. Obviously. That's why they go early to Australia to get used to the heat.
Jannik Sinner himself said he went to Dubai to practice so he could get ready for the heat.
Yeah, so the heat is a part. It's a challenge athletes need to plan for. So we took it out of the equation now with this rule. So
sure. Yes, I agree to some extent, but you're not supposed to be training to play in an oven. So if you're playing in a hot pocket.
But Harun, I'm with you, right? But Elliot Spitzeri on the other side of the net was doing just fine. So this was something that even Jannik said afterwards. He said, this is probably a weakness I have that I need to work on. I don't know how I'm going to work on it, but I need to work on it. So it's not like, this is something that's an issue with every single player that they can't withstand the heat. Jannik Sinner has this issue, and it was going to cost him a big loss. It did in Shanghai, and it almost did the same thing last year against Holger Rune. They saved him this time, but hats off to him because he fought through. Because cramps, you can't no matter how much pickle juice you drink, you can't fight through the cramps. He probably had it after the match also, but he fought through. Hats off to him.
Yeah,
but the organizers and what they did, no hats on. hats on for them.
Jannik handled it amazing, and he fought like a champion. And I think he brought his best level in that in the third and fourth set.
He showed us the champion he is.
It was awesome. He really played awesome. He was fighting through it, moving really well, changing direction, ripping forehands and backhands down the line really well, moving even to Spitzeri's drop shots really well when he had to. So I thought it was great from him. But the whole rule, I think we need to hear from everyone about that.
Controversy it was a calm first week. Something had to happen.
we got some juice.
We with some juice, not the best kind of juice.
Yeah,
but
not the one we want, but there's juice.
Yeah, but Sinner's through. Well-deserved win, by the way. He was able to get through that. Guys, let us know what you think of this entire thing in the comments. Sorry for being a bit agitated by the entire situation, but I assure you it does have nothing to do with Jannik Sinner. Well, speaking of someone who has shown us insane level during these past few days and the first 3 rounds, Ismail Haroun, Novak Djokovic into the second week without dropping a single set. We have not seen that in a while. Smile, your thoughts on Novak so far?
Yeah, I told you it's so key that he conserves energy in this first week to have the legs to go up against Jannik and Carlos. That's it. He needs the legs for Jannik and Carlos. Yeah. Even not for the quarterfinal. Just for Jannik and Carlos, he needs to take care of business. I loved how he played the first 2 sets for the most part. It was really nice. Continuing to dominate the rallies, continuing to be solid. The serve was proficient as we need it to be. Didn't like the level I saw from the 3rd set there. Bublik took a medical timeout that he apparently got bothered by, which for me, I mean, Novak's too big of a champion to let that bother him. Yeah. Especially since all players use medical timeouts, including Novak. So it should not be a problem.
It's part of the game.
Yeah, it's part of it. Even if players use it as part of gamesmanship, it's also within the game, the rules of the game. So I didn't like that he got upset by that. However, he managed well. He did come back from a breakdown in that 3rd set, which I like to see. I thought in that tiebreak, things got a little bit tricky. He also was down set point when he was serving to stay in that 3rd set. Yeah. And he looked completely out of it. I thought his movement dropped in that 3rd set. He was dealing with some kind of blister or something on his foot that he called a medical timeout for as well in the changeover. So, yeah, like he's looking good. I'm very happy that he ended it in 3 sets. However, not as dominant as the first 2, expected because Bublik is a good player. I want to give you credit, Yusuf. You called him a composed player, a giant slayer. He was playing very well. But I wanted to see him handle business better. That 3rd set dip has me slightly worried.
Haroun, with all that happening, you think Novak's looking amazing?
I think he's looking great. By the way, like, I'm looking for some signs here. Like, I want the beast. I want the monster to come out, the animal, the one that's going to want to crush and have the anger. Because I think Djokovic plays the best when he's angry. Like, because when he's angry, then he plays with so much ferocity. And that's what I saw. I saw him yelling at a team. I love it. To me, some people hate it when he's yelling at his team or anything. To me, those are great signs. Yes, I get fired up. Let's go, because he cares. To me, these are indications that he cares, indications that he wants to grind, he wants to go deep. And it's an indication that he wants to go deep and he wants to grind, but at the same time, in reality, he's finishing this quickly. So usually, like last year, he was letting some matches that shouldn't go to 4 sets, 5 sets, go to 3, to go to 4 and 5, and go to tie breaks and things that didn't need to go that way. But this time, I feel like he is handling business quite well. Like, he's into the 4th round, where like he's not dropping a set. Like, that's something that is great signs if you're a Novak Djokovic fan. And yeah, Bublik is a giant slayer. Bublik was playing well. By the way, he was serving amazingly. He was he had 15 aces. So. Bublik was getting a lot of free points, by the way, with the serve, which is making it much harder also as to play in the match. But I thought that Djokovic is doing great. I thought that he's trying to try new shots. I felt like there was a lot of pop on his forehand, which is, how smart can he be of a player to all of a sudden? I feel like he's hitting a different forehand. Like, I feel like his forehand stroke looks different than it was last year, and he's hitting it much harder. So, which I love. So, I think that he's looking great so far. And the best indication for me is his anger. So that's the great indication for me.
Yeah, Smith, I told you that he's going to drop a set against Bublik, right? And he didn't drop the set. The 3rd set looked like that was going to happen, and I expected Novak to probably lose that set, then come out and guns blazing, win that final set, maybe 6-1 even. But he's like, nope, I'm not playing an extra set. And he was able to lock back in, like you said, and was able to get over the hump and win that one. And, Bublik is an overall really, really good player. Like, you can't say, he does everything okay. Nothing spectacular, but everything I wouldn't say okay. I'd actually say really good. So this wasn't an easy test. We saw what Bublik was able to do to Carlitos in the U.S. Open. We saw what he was able to do to Rafa a few times. So Bublik's a really good player. But Novak, I think this is amazing. Going into the second week, he also said he looks amazing, Smail. He feels amazing, sorry. He said, like, I'm healthy right now, but he's taking it day by day. So going into, we're 1 week through, he's healthy. Like I told you last episode, it's just a tweak here and there. If he makes a wrong move, he almost had the wrong move with the ankle, but he seems fine. So happy with him so far. Actually, really happy with Novak so far. If you're a Novak fan, you should be pumped. You picked him to win this thing, so you should be pumped too, Smail. But 400 wins for him, Grand Slam wins, tying Roger for 102 wins at the Australian Open. Just records upon records for Novak. Week 1, just 10 out of 10 for me.
Yeah, really good. Well, Yusuf, Carlitos looks to be having a great level so far in Australia. What do you think about Carlitos?
I'm loving Carlitos. Carlitos keeps improving match by match. Like, you know, when these monsters, their final form is usually in the final. That's what it looks like is happening. First round wasn't the best. Second round was okay. That was good. Third round against Mote was Carlitos on fire. And going into fourth round, he might be the most dangerous player in the entire draw. He's world number 1 for a goddamn reason. And absolutely love Carlitos going to the second week. Am I confident in my pick? Hell yeah.
Yeah. Haroon, hard to disagree with that.
Yeah, it's hard to disagree. 6'2", 6'4", 6'1", like quick work. Also, Mote, I feel like he never really puts that much pressure on Carlitos. Carlitos is playing like an exhibition. So he's having fun, lots of smiles, lots of enjoyment. Nothing to worry about with Carlitos, and you like that as somebody that's picking to win the title like Yusuf. Like those are all great signs. We'll see what he's gonna do next, but he's looking great. He's baby goat for a reason.
Yeah, I like his level a lot. I think he has improved in each round so far. Mote did not bother him at all. He even came out and said
thought he would.
He even came out and said he's stronger, faster, plays better. And what most impressed me is that Carlitos is so locked in. Like, he's not, like, he's able to have fun, but he doesn't dip. Yeah. Like, it's just, he's locked in, taking care of business. Yeah. And his box seems to be smiling more. Like, I'm not used to, like, Samu Lopez there smiling. Like, Juanqui is very calm and serious. Yeah. So, a different vibe I'm feeling from his coach's box as well. So, but I think he likes that. So I'm very optimistic for him moving forward.
Yes, sir.
On the other hand, Yusuf, a dark horse for this title, one of your favorites.
Yes, sir.
Mehdi had arguably the best match of the tournament.
Well, he gave us the first comeback from 2 sets to love down.
Wow.
Daniil Medvedev is, how many times do I have to remind you guys, he is a mental giant. That is one of his biggest weapons. And he reminded us again in this round. Going down 2 sets to love against Fabian Marozsan, who is, by the way, a really, really good player.
And he's on fire.
Yeah. Daniil Medvedev, by the way, just in case you do not know, in the past 6 matches in Grand Slams where he was down 2 sets to love, every single one of them, he forced the 5th set.
Amazing.
3 times he lost, 3 times he won, but every single time he forced the 5th.
Incredible.
Is that not mental giant written all over it?
Incredible mental.
Look at, he's overcoming so many obstacles that he wasn't in 2024. In 2025, sorry. Amazing signs. Love what I'm seeing from, this was a big win against Leonard Tien. Next, war is coming. Wow. I'm happy with what he did. Really excited to see him moving forward.
War is coming, Haroon. But what did you think of that comeback from Mehdi?
Sure, we have to give a lot of credit to Mehdi for staying locked in, for not giving up, because you really doubt. He started to doubt himself in 2024, especially he lost to when he was up 2 sets, he forced the 5th set and then he lost in the end. So is he going to lose again? So you have to give him credit for that. However, to me, I felt like Marozsan choked there. He fumbled the bag. Marozsan had it in the bag. He had it to cruise control the whole time, even in the 5th set.
You're just in pain, Haroon. You're just in pain because your pick was wrong.
I am in pain, but no, if you watching that match, the Marozsan couldn't buy a first serve. He couldn't buy a first serve if it was for $1, if it was for free. It was so hard for him to hit the first serve. And when he was hitting first serves, he was crushing. But it was just the first serves that were going out. And second serve, it was the win percentage was horrible. So I'm upset because I had obviously Marozsan winning that one, but still give credit to Medi. And let's see what he's going to do next with Tien. I'm not so... It's going to be a feisty match.
Yeah.
Hard for me, Ismail, to tell Haroon Medi's your boy when these are all his takes. But go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, it was. I like the mental fortitude that we saw from him against Marozsan.
Yeah.
I don't believe Marozsan should be challenging him this much. However, Marochan's been on fire, so you have to give him that credit.
I believed.
Last year, by the way.
Yeah, and he's been on fire. So it's a great win. But the problem is that probably took a lot of gas out of his tank that he's going to need in the next round against Lerner, the burner.
Lerner also, lots of gas left his tank too.
Yeah.
The past few rounds.
Yeah, it's true. So it's going to be war coming in their next match. I can't wait to see it. I can't wait.
He needs all the gas that he could get for that next match.
Both of them.
All right, guys, here I have a question for you. Will Ben Shelton take another step, another leap this year at the Australian Open? He beat Vachereau in straights in his last match in round 3. Yusuf, your thoughts?
Big boy Benny Schultz is showing us who he is. A superstar. Big boy Benny Schultz is showing us what he's capable of, beating really good players in very convincing fashion. Big boy Benny Schultz is showing us that he is ready to take the next leap in the Grand Slams. He has yet to drop a single set. Dare I say, looking the most convincing in the first 3 rounds. Loving what I'm seeing from him. Vachereau did not play a bad match. This was dominance from Ben Shelton. Love it. Absolutely love it.
He's looking
Your thoughts,
awesome.
Smahil?
I love what I see. What I'm seeing from him. I told you he's my 4th favorite for a reason. I really think he's one of those alphas.
That's a good pick.
He does not lose in Grand Slams other than to Jannik and Carlos, and he doesn't fear them. He's gonna get there eventually when he's gonna start to beat them. He's showing variety in the serve and his game and his movement that makes me believe Haroon, he's ready. He's ready.
Well, it looks like it. It looks like he puts himself in the position where he's right below Sinner and Alcaraz. Like that's the matchup that he's waiting for, or also waiting to face Djokovic. Like these are the guys that he wants to face. Everybody else he wants to get over with quickly. So you have to give him credit for that. I didn't think he was going to beat Vachereau in straight, so lot of credit to him. Well, guys, another guy that deserves a lot of credit, I believe, which is Sasha Bublik. Is Sasha Bublik a candidate to win it all at this Australian Open? Ismail, what are your thoughts?
Win it all is a big ask for anyone. But let me say that I really love the level from Bublik. He's looking so sharp. His movement is so crisp, and his ground strokes are fantastic. Like, it looks effortless out there. To watch him play at this level, it's looking effortless. And that's scary because he also has a monster serve. Even Pat Cash shouted him out and said, you have to watch out for Bublik. Yusuf, he's looking awesome, and he's going to be a problem for the top dogs.
Yeah. Well, talent-wise, he can go up with anyone. Like Carlos Alcaraz, talent-wise, they're neck and neck for talent. But Alexander Bublik, after he won that match against Thomas Edgebury, moved into round 4 for the first time ever at every single Grand Slam. He was not happy. He was not over the moon. He expects that of himself now. He's walking in like chest out. It's different level of confidence with Alexander Bublik now. He expects himself to be doing these things. That's a dangerous Sasha Bublik. And going into next round against the Demon, very big test. But anything can happen, and especially when you have someone who has the talent of Sasha Bublik, Haroon.
Yeah, no. Is he a candidate to win it all? To me, that's a no. That's a no. I don't think so. It's he's a top 5 player for sure. I think that he's showing that he has the level to be there. He's winning in convincing fashions against players that he would lose to before, by the way, before he became this new player and he reinvented himself. But I still need to see more. I still need to see him against these really, really big dogs. Against how is he going to perform against them? Because he got dominated against Alcaraz last year, remember? And Sinner. So, well, we'll see. We'll see.
A man who made it to the finals last year here in Australia is still alive, still up and running. Yusuf, your thoughts on Sasha so far?
You know, Sasha had a tough first week, and he was able to get through it. Did he win every single match in straight sets? No. But they were tough matches, and he was able to get through them. None of them went to 5. So hats off to him for being able to do that. He looks happy. He looks confident. Like he's also like Bublik. You can feel something's different about him. The energy's different. And last year, we know he said he went through dark times, depressed, lonely, all these different things. He looks good. Second week, by the way, Sasha Zverev is a tier 1 guy. So week 2, let's see what's going to happen. Cerundolo next, tough matchup. But no, I think Sasha is showing us really good signs.
Nice. Haroon, you backing Sasha here?
This is, by the way, the position where everybody doubts Sasha. Nobody thinks that he's going to be, winning big matches, and that's where he likes it. That's a cycle where he starts performing way better than everybody expects him to perform, and then he starts to maybe dip sometimes. But yeah, this is the place where he wants to be. He's an underdog. Nobody really thinks so highly of him. So I think he is dangerous. It's going to be a big test for him against Fran Cerundolo, so we'll see. But he's definitely looking dangerous.
Yeah, he's had some tough matches. There are 3 legit tests that he had. He dropped a set in each of them, which, if he goes deep, that is going to have some consequences potentially. I think he's looking good, but not his best. And I think he needs to bring his best to achieve what he wants to achieve this tournament. So I'm a bit concerned going in. And I think Cerundolo is a player who likes to play him. I think this is not in the best form to take on Cerundolo. Let's see.
Yeah. Well, guys, we talked about all the top dogs and what they've done so far in the first week. And to round up the first week, let's do something fun. Haroon, Ismail, I want you guys to tell me who are the 5 most impressive players in the first week of the Australian Open. If you guys can rank them for me from 5 to 1. Ismail, let me start with you.
All right, let me go. From 5 to 1, I'm going to cheat with number 5 because I'm going to give you a tie between Cerundolo and Shelton. Both of them, for me, are very impressive. Yeah, sorry about that, but I need to mention both of them.
Fine.
At 4, I'm going to put Sinner because what I just saw in the heat makes me potentially concerned if he has another one of these gladiator battles under the hot sun. Number 3, Sasha Bublik for me is looking absolutely lethal right now. At number 2, it's Novak Djokovic. Started off really, really solid. Botic, though, made me question some things potentially. And number 1, Carlitos. The way he's moving, the way he's striking the ball, his attitude on court. I just love everything I'm seeing from Carlitos so far, Yusuf.
Interesting lineup. Haroon, give us yours.
All right, guys, my lineup at number 5, I'm going for Ben Shelton. I'm going for Biggie Boy Shelton. He's showing me a lot of great signs. I'm going for Shelton at number 5. Number 4, I'm going for Sasha Bublik. Sasha Bublik is showing us a new player at 2026, which I love, and I think that he's going to show a lot of variability against these big guys. At number 3, I'm going for Jannik Sinner. The cramping and all that stuff is really giving me some iffy signs. I'm hoping that's going to be nothing, so that's why I have him at 3. At number 2, I'm going for Novak Djokovic. I think Novak Djokovic is looking spectacular. He's still 38 though, and he's pushing that age, but I have him at 2. At number 1, I'm going for Baby Goat here. Baby Goat is looking flawless. He's looking fine. He's looking fresh, happy, all smiles, and winning in convincing fashion. That's my top 5.
Yusuf, your turn.
Happy that you guys are putting my pick at number 1. It's giving me confidence. Well, let me give you guys mine. At number 5, I have Sasha Bublik. Looked really good, but I have to see more things to believe in more things, okay? At number 4, Jannik Sinner. He's looked good when he's healthy, like you guys said, but what happened in this round has cause to pause because the sun's not going anywhere. The heat's not going anywhere. Number 3, I have Novak Djokovic looking amazing. Today, also maybe after what you said, Smail, that third set makes him take a dip a bit. At number 2, big boy Benny Shelton.
There we go.
I think he is looking spectacular. I am absolutely in love with what I'm seeing from Ben Shelton on the tennis court. And at number 1, the only, the king of kings, Carlos Alcaraz looking like the world number 1. And oh my God, going into the second week, domination is coming. Career slam might be on the cards. Absolutely love it.
Yeah, it's looking awesome from him so far.
Guys, let us know who are the 5 most impressive players for you after the first week of the Australian Open. We love to know what you guys think also. Who do you agree with? Who do you not agree with? let us know. Well, guys, also in this round, we had some very interesting matchups. So let's do our We're Going 5 favorites. First up, we have Thomas Mahac and Lorenzo Musetti, my favorite player, going 5. What were your thoughts on that, Smail?
Yeah, I mean, it's nice to see a 5-set battle always. That's why we love Grand Slams. And I like to see Musetti now show us and prove that he's a top caliber player that's capable of being clutch in the big moments. Winning 5-set matches and winning that 5th set is about being clutch.
Yeah.
It's about, bringing out your best when you need it most. It's about enduring the pain that you're in because it's always tough, especially in these hot conditions. I love what I saw from Musetti. Mahac gave a great fight.
Yeah. Harun, your thoughts?
Yeah, lots of respect to Musetti. I think Musetti, by the way, since he got married and got kids, I think he's been very mature and he's been handling these big moments quite well, going deep. So I give a lot of credit to Musetti here. Mahac was giving us a scare a bit by winning that first set, but it was fun. It was fun, and I'm glad to see Musetti in round 4.
Yusuf, thoughts on your boy?
Thomas Mahac was on fire going in. He was undefeated going into this match. Lorenzo Musetti now 4-0 since 2024 in 5th sets. You know what that says? He's improved so much from the physical standpoint, improved so much from the mental standpoint. Smite, like you said, he's clutch now. This is a really, really good win. And into the second week of every single Grand Slam, only the third player from Italy to do that in the Open era, I believe. Lorenzo Musetti, I told you guys he's going to prove to you that he is supposed to be on the biggest stages at every slam, and that's what he's doing going into next round against Taylor Fritz.
Looking good.
Well, guys, another interesting matchup. Speaking of Fritz against Stanislas Wawrinka, beating him in 4 sets, but it was a spectacle. Your thoughts on that?
Stanis just brings it, regardless. 40 years old, 3rd round, coming off an epic 5-setter. He's there, enjoying the moment, giving his all, fighting like a champion, enjoying the crowd. That's the way to get sent off. All my respect to Stani Wawrinka. Well done.
Yeah, Harun.
Yeah, love it. I knew that, by the way, Wawrinka was gonna bring it. He still has some magic in that tank. So I loved it. Fritz gave him a good honorable death in his last match in Australian Open. Yeah. It was fun, and we're gonna miss Stani for sure.
Yeah, no,
it's honorable to lose to Fritz in your last match.
That's a good loss. You went up against a guy who's top 10, just a great player. So with Stanislas Wawrinka, an absolute joy to watch. I can't wait to watch him again and again and again till the end of the season. Thank you, Stanislas, for what you did this tournament. Absolute joy, so much inspiration. Gonna cherish every single moment he steps on the tennis court throughout this entire season.
Yeah, and I just can't help but think, what if he converts that first set tiebreak? then the momentum was gonna shift entirely.
Yeah, no, Fritz was in trouble.
Yeah, it was gonna be a problem.
Yeah.
But anyways, it was a great way to send off his Australian Open career.
Yes, of course.
And you guys know we like to keep it 100% transparent on this show and let you know where we were right and where we were wrong. Guys, Yusuf, Shelton, I had him beating Vachereau. Me and you were right on that one. Harun, you had your boy W. Tommy Paul taking down ADF. Me and Harun had that one right. Yusuf, you had that one wrong. Cerundolo taking down Rublev. Me and Harun also had that one right. Yusuf, you had Rublev. You were wrong on that one. Ruud taking down Cilic. I was the only one against both of you. I told you he would beat Cilic. And I had him 4 as well.
Well done.
You guys were
so
against
close
that
to
one.
pushing it to 5. So close to pushing
He was right there. Hats off to Cilic. And lastly, Yusuf, credit to you. You had the first flight home on the women's side correct.
And the
taking Paolini, and on the men's side, but we already said that.
Yes, sir.
And you had Paolini going home, so well done on that one. And good news is, we have a chance to be right again in the next round.
Yeah. Also, I lost my dark horse, Naomi Osaka.
Yeah.
Decided to withdraw. Hope she's healthy.
Sorry for you. Yeah. Actually, not sorry because I lost both mine.
Yeah, well, guys, time to make some picks because we have absolute fire. Absolute fire. Let me say it again. Absolute fire in the 4th round.
Amazing matches.
I cannot wait. Guys, if you have not seen, we made our the prediction of the top of the draw. They're dropping as reels, so go check them there. For the bottom half, let's do them. Ready, guys?
Let's go.
Okay.
Let's go.
First up, Taylor Fritz against Lorenzo Musetti for a spot in the quarterfinals of the Australian Open. Harun, who you got?
Ooh, because by the way, this match is going to answer the question who goes further because we asked it at the beginning of the tournament.
Yeah.
But I'm going for Taylor Fritz here. I like Taylor Fritz more. Taylor Fritz overcame a lot and he's now trying to trust his knee a bit more in his body. So I like that. Musetti is your boy, Yusuf. Fritz is my guy. I'm going for Fritz in 4 sets.
Ooh, Ismail.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go with Fritz as well here. Just because I like what he's doing. I like his serve. He's used to Australia having good results there. I think potentially he can do it. I have Fritz going through.
I just asked you guys to show Musetti respect. Can you guys not listen to me? Lorenzo Musetti is going to win this match. Taylor Fritz, by the way, has shown signs of worry. Like, what's going on with the body? He is going to struggle against Lorenzo Musetti, who keeps gaining confidence. He said, I'm looking good. I'm feeling good. Lorenzo Musetti into the next round in 5 sets.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a 5-set battle. I think it's a coin flip this match. I really do.
Next one, Novak Djokovic against Jakub Menchik for a spot in the quarterfinals. Smile, who you got?
Yeah, this is actually going to be a very tough match for Novak because Jakub is proving that he's clutch and he can potentially really make Novak work. He's going to grind him in the rallies. Also, Jakub can play aggressive. His serve is not fun to return. It's going to be a tough match. I expect Novak to come through here, get revenge for the Miami Open final, but this is going to be a 4-set battle. It could go 5, Yusuf, if things get tricky.
Haroon, do you agree?
Nay. The GOAT is not going to go further than 3 sets. The GOAT is going to... He absolutely likes to eat these Czech guys for breakfast, by the way. Every year he has to face some Czech guy. Last year he faced Mahac, he took him down. So I think that match against Mahac where he lost in the Masters final, by the way, that was a different player. Novak wants to win this. Novak in 3, baby.
Wow, straights, Yusuf.
That's a great point, Haroon. He loves playing against these Czech guys. By the way, he beat Lehečka last year also. Then he went on to beat Mahac, and both of them in convincing fashion. And they were on a tear. Jakub Menchik looks like he's doing amazing. Novak Djokovic, and for those reasons, for the fact that Jakub Menchik is going to play amazing in this match, he's also going to lose it in 3 sets.
Wow.
I think Novak Djokovic is going to continue to dominate and not drop sets going into the quarterfinals. I think he's going to go without dropping a single one.
Wow.
How about this one, Haroon? Big boy Benny Schultz against your boy, Casper Ruud, who goes into the quarterfinals of the Australian Open.
I made the mistake of going against my boy. I learned my mistake. I'm not going to do it again. I'm going for Casper Ruud in 5 sets. I think Casper Ruud proved that he has a lot of endurance and a lot of mental stability here. Casper Ruud, man, in 5.
Smile.
I mean, I love Haroon's confidence here in Casper Ruud, but big boy Benny Schultz is built for the big stages. And he knows how to handle the big moments. And I just can't see how I can go against him. I'm going with biggie boy Benny Schultz in 4 sets. He's finally going to drop a set because Casper Ruud is deserving of it, but he's going to take care of business, Yusuf.
I believe he's also going to take care of business. Big boy Benny Schultz is an absolute monster. He's showing us he's becoming an even bigger monster. It's going to continue. Casper Ruud is going to struggle this match. This goes down, by the way, in straights.
Ooh.
Yes.
So Shelton continues to not drop a set.
Yes, I believe so.
Amazing.
Last but not least, Jannik Sinner against Luciano Darderi, the Italian against the Italian Civil War. Smail, who goes through into the quarters.
Well, what time's the match going to be? Is it going to be in the sun or is it going to be at night? Because apparently this is going to make a big difference. Let me tell you something. Luciano Darderi is no joke of a player. He's out here to make every player work. He's going to give you work. There are no easy points. There are no easy games. It's pure work. He's a workhorse. If it's in the sun, this might go the distance. However, not in the sun, I'm going to say Sinner in 4 still. Just because Luciano's going to make him work.
Haroon.
Sinner in straights, baby. Sinner in straights all day. He loves to eat these Italian guys for breakfast as well. So, yeah, Sinner all day, baby. Sinner in straights. This is not going to be a contest at all.
Yusuf.
You know, throughout the Grand Slam runs Jannik Sinner has, he has one dip. And if he gets through that dip, he cruises. And that dip was this round, and he was able to get through it. And I think he's going to cruise. By the way, 17-0 against fellow Italians.
Yeah, he loves
17-0.
Yeah.
Jannik Sinner is going to show us the dominant Jannik Sinner starting from next round. He's going to win this one in straight sets.
Ooh. That makes more sense than my pick, to be honest. But let's see. I believe in Darderi.
Yeah.
But anyways,
Fun second week ahead.
such a fun second week. Absolute war coming in this round. Let us know what you think in the comments. What did you think of this whole Sinner Heat Rules saga? Who do you have looking the best so far? And what are your picks to move through to the next round? And as always, we'll see you right here after the fourth round. Subscribe, and we'll see you next time.
Have a good night. Good night. Good night. Very good night.